nerdsreviews.com presents Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning to your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast here on the Nerds Reviews Network. I'm Lafayette. I have Carlos with me.
Hey.
I have Johnny in the house.
Hello.
And I have Marie. Should Marie be first? You know, the old ladies first?
That's Carlos.
Sure, let's try that again.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. So Marie doesn't care. She's like, I don't care.
Don't. It's not that serious.
I mean, how about what do you call it? Chivalry?
Hello.
Is that something you care for?
No,
Like,
women's rights. We're equal or something. Whatever those liberal libtards say.
Feminists?
So
Yeah,
basically, like,
Chivalry's dead in Marie's world.
I don't have to open the door for you then. That type of thing. Like
Just don't slam it in my face.
Well, you want equal rights, open the door for my ass. Yeah. That's the next time, like, I'm at a store and I open it, like I walk into a 7-Eleven, open the door for someone, or when I don't, I just open it for myself and they look at me. What? I was like, equal rights, bitch. Like,
All right, women's
Every
suffrage.
man for themselves. Every woman for themselves.
oh, fantastic. All right. Well, welcome to the show. We got the 4 usual suspects here. We should have a special guest joining us shortly to talk about a experience in his life that I don't think any of us can relate to, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So we start off with the topic of music, and you might think, music? What are you going to talk about? Your favorite musicians? No, we're going to talk about how you consume music, or how is it that you discover new music at a certain age, like when you're older, or do you even listen to music anymore? Are you more of a news radio? Do you listen to podcasts? Do you rather have information served to you, or do you still want somebody giving you the good old melodic tunes? And that's so we'll see how everybody, at a certain age. I think everyone here is over 40, except for the individual that doesn't want to be introduced first. She doesn't care. Equal rights for all.
Mm-hmm.
So she's 39, right? Oh, bam.
29
right.
for 6 years.
Wow, pretty good. You hold on to that one.
Yeah.
So you guys jump in, but like, how do you, when you're in your car, is music still your go-to when you're in the car? Are you going to the modern station that plays like the latest music? Do you go to talk radio, sports radio?
You listen to CDs?
Wow, how old's your car? And then well, we know the answer to the dream car. And then or do you do like Marie said, do you just bust out the CDs, aka digital music, and listen to your jams? Like how do you consume your music, and explain it in your old ass age?
I'll go first since I'm a lady.
Oh, now you want to be first. Wow. All right, go for it.
I'm just complicated like women are, right?
That is true. Everything. You're just we gotta revolve the show around you. Anyway, go ahead.
I said I was sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I listen to Spotify. I'm a control freak. I just like to be able to play whatever I want. I don't like podcasts, and I love podcasts. I love our podcast, your podcast. It's great. But I'm not a big fan of information interviewing, stuff like that. But I asked about this because I want to find out how to find more music. I looked up Snow the Product the other day, and she's really good. How have I never heard of this chick before?
Because she's not mainstream at all.
Right. But I thought that I was pretty familiar with a lot of non-mainstream people, and she was really good. I was super impressed. And she's like in connection with Tech Nine and Chris Calico.
Well, and she's for everyone out there, Snow the Product is a Mexican female rapper. I think she's out of the Los
San Jose.
Angeles Is it the Bay Area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well, that's
out
where
of the
she's
Bay.
from. But
Yeah. But I think she's in the LA area though. Anyway, yeah, like so you basically you're looking for ways to discover new artists.
Mm-hmm.
But you are still kind of looking for new stuff to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify's your go-to. All right. Johnny, do you still listen to music, or do you still own that banjo and sit in the back porch and get a little ding 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 ding?
Not that old, buddy. I still listen to music. I'll put on the MTV music videos. I'll Shazam whatever songs that I like.
Well, you put on MTV. Do you have like them on VHS? You recorded them?
No, they still play music videos.
No, I know.
Awesome. No.
You're like,
you give me a hard time.
You're still impressed. Oh, it's so awesome that they make videos.
No, I am actually pretty old. I'm still impressed by Shazam. I'm like, how do you do it, Shazam?
That's one of the best inventions ever. And it knows like every single song. It doesn't matter what language it is. It's one of the best apps ever.
I Shazam my own music and it shows it to me.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's like, not so, party with you. And it says what year. And I'm like, what the hell? You can find this on iTunes. I was like, who gave you this permission?
I remember when I was driving around in my 86 Celica, I would have a notepad and a pen. And then I would, if I heard a good song, I'd like write it down and try and figure it out later.
You were the worst. Like you're a pre-text and drive person. Writing stuff down as you drove. Oh my goodness. So basically you two are not like you're still going for the music, but how do you find new music? Or like I said, are you interested in new artists? Is that something that you search out?
I think the last new stuff that I found was on MTV.
Okay, so that's your source. That's kind of your go-to for what's new these days.
And if I like it, I'll add it to the collection. So it's going to be, I don't know, 1,000 90s R&B songs, and then like maybe one or two.
And then the funniest part about your story is that you refer back to MTV. Like this conversation, you swear took place in like 1999. Like, yeah, man, you're the new one on MTV? Like, what? MTV? I watch Road Rules. Like, what are we talking about? Jersey Shore still on? Like, when do they play these videos? Oh, commercial break for like 30 seconds.
No, I mean, I have odd hours, so they play them early in the morning, usually.
Well, also they do have I think MTV2 shows, one of them shows a lot of music videos, like you said. Still, there's those like 3-hour block of just music videos, which would be great if they just gave us a channel like they used to, or just give us music videos. But everything's on demand these days. Nobody wants to watch a particular video. They want to just go to YouTube and watch the videos they want. Do
you remember? I think it was called the Jukebox.
The Black Box.
No. It was a channel where you would call for requests.
Yeah. Was it the Jukebox or the Black Box? Which one was it? Anyway, yeah, you'd call in. Remember those days when Two Live Crew was popular? That's all they played because everybody just called in to watch those videos for the women. Like that's all it was Two Live Crew. Like people stopped calling for Two Live Crew. I want my Every Rose Has a Thorn, but I'm not getting it. So, all right, Carlos, you're up to bat. Here we go.
I don't know. I found that after a certain age, I would rather listen to talk radio on my morning drive than I would music. They have those morning shows where they have, music, where it's more music than it is talk. But I'd rather switch over to the people that just talk more. I guess I'm turning into my parents because nowadays music just sucks. Oh, it's not like it was when I was younger,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That is okay. So, but how do you find new music if you do find new music?
I guess just on my morning drive, I'll put it on music on my not morning, but afternoon drive, and then if something catchy comes on, I'll Shazam it because I won't catch who the artist is. That's
there you go.
It. I don't really. Yeah, MTV's dead.
MTV is not dead, according to Johnny. He still watches TRL. I don't. So I listen to in the morning. It's always talk. Like to be honest, it's always news radio. Like let me consume my news in the morning when I'm driving, or a podcast. But it's funny. I find out what new music is, like popular music, through things like TikTok.
A lot of people are coming up on that.
Yeah, and even Instagram stories. I'm like, oh, that song's really good. It's really, what is that? And then it'll say usually on the bottom, you know. But I also find myself just going right back to what I like to listen to. Like, you know, I'll open my app up and they'll say the top 40 new songs on, you know, this app, and I'm like, no. You guys still have Michael Jackson on here? And you know, like I find myself just going back to stuff that I'm like, I know this is good. I don't know if that list of 40 songs is gonna be any good, so I'll listen to what I know is good. But I don't know. I listen to a lot of new music still, but it's consumed through social media. Like that's how I find out about it, not through radio. And the reason why is I hate listening to like the top 40 radio stations, because I feel like when I put it on, it's the same songs over and over that I've heard them all. Just like regular top 40 radio. Like they're not giving me anything I haven't heard. I've heard Harry Styles tell me that I'm golden. Thanks, Harry. I know. But
even satellite radio is the same way. It's like you think you're getting a bigger selection, or even Pandora on random. After an hour, they start playing the same songs over and over.
Yeah. They're serving you the what are known as the hit song. Or if you pick Pandora, because Pandora is different, right? You pick a genre or you pick an artist like Snow the Product, and they try to give you that same type of music that they figure, well, if you like Snow the Product, you're gonna like, you know, this individual. But
they'll only play the top songs of those few individuals, and then they'll start repeating them after a little bit. Like, so it's not it's just like radio. Everything is just like the radio. Even I think they have a Spotify that does the same thing as Pandora. If you look up, you know, Snow the Product radio, it'll still do the same thing. It'll play those couple of artists and their top songs. You like, I don't know. Like I said, I like Spotify. I like the control of it. So
how about Johnny, listen to sports radio? Is that a thing you consume?
Not so much anymore.
Jim
Yeah.
Rome.
Is there a reason why? Because I don't as much anymore either. So like living here, of course, the radio all revolves around Lakers, Dodgers, you know, Rams, Chargers, so on and so forth. And I cannot listen to Laker talk, only because they'll take one thing and spread it out for 3 hours. You know, like even if the team loses a game, they're going to somehow let you know for 3 hours how they could have fixed it and won every game there is. And I saw the game. I don't need that people to tell me that anymore. Like, that's why I kind of cut sports radio out, because I'm like, do I really want to hear them talk about what I watched yesterday? Doesn't really, like, what if there's a podcast every time there was an episode of, I don't know, let's just say Schitt's Creek, you would for some reason go back and listen to this podcast, tell you about the episode you just watched.
They do have TV shows like that for Walking Dead, where after the show they'll have like the people.
Yeah. TV show, but I get it. If I'm watching Walking Dead and it's right after, I'll be interested in watching it. You know, but yeah, sports radio. I don't do sports radio anymore. I do a podcast of the Dan Le Batard show, but it's 3 hours. It's a 3 hour show. They probably cover 20 minutes of sports. They rather cover, you know, do you wipe under or over? So, but I don't know. It's like I said, it's different.
Back or back?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Front to back,
front.
Back to front, or front to back. That's a whole different topic. Johnny, front to back to front, go.
I got a bidet, so it's just all at once.
Fancy.
Wow. Okay.
600 psi's.
Whoa.
What does that even mean?
That's pressure, baby. Woo.
The water pit to the back of his teeth.
Right? Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, water dripping out of his mouth. Like, Marie, front to back to front, go.
I'm a girl, so always front to back.
There you go. And Carlos.
I
Same.
was a front to back guy, but now I too have a bidet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. All right.
Look at these bougie asses.
I know, right? Fancy ass people. Every time I turd, I go straight to the shower. Even if I've already
Just turd in the shower. I thought we talked about this, pooping in the shower.
No, what? That was only when Carlos went to Japan.
So you just pinch one off and then just jump in the shower.
Right away.
Wow.
Right away. It could be like the smallest little rabbit turd. No mess, nothing. I'm like, oh hell no, shower time. You know, or I'll call the fire department, stick my ass out the door. Like, what the? Just spray it
down.
Spray it for me. Johnny said 600 psi. You better be better than that.
Hello.
Alex is here, and
I am here. Hey,
our guest.
I'm a technological wizard.
Oh, I like it. There we go. Techno wizard Alex is in the house, and he's going to be our guest for our next segment, which is going to be right after this break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Thank you for listening to Nerds Talking the Podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Google, and anywhere podcasts are found. Turn on your notifications, download, subscribe, and enjoy. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm Lafayette here with Carlos, Johnny, Marie, and our special guest, Alex. Alex, where do you live? Where are you from?
I'm from California. I spent most of my life in the Western United States, California, Colorado, Arizona. I'm in North Carolina now for the last few years.
All right. Alex is here because Carlos told me, he's like, hey, Alex is coming on the show. He has an experience. It's like, oh, what is it? Is it, the two guys in a cup or something? And he's like, no, Alex, remember the UFO and was it Phoenix, right?
The lights over Phoenix in the mid-90s. I think it might have been 94.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Everybody, Johnny, remember the lights over Phoenix? Do you know what we're talking about here?
No.
He's like, no, that's a Phoenix Suns game we went to. Marie, lights over Phoenix. No, we got another no on the board. Carlos knows about it because but
I didn't know anything about it until Alex mentioned it.
I reminded him through another podcast or something.
2 episodes ago.
Lights over Phoenix.
That's right.
I'll never forget the lights over Phoenix because it was very much like, what in the hell is that? And Alex is going to tell us from his own perspective because he was there. Alex, what in the hell was that?
Okay. All things up front, there were no probes involved. It was.
Are you saddened by that?
Yeah, no alien experience, but I know what I saw was an alien ship.
And we gotta hear this, yeah.
Okay, so my ex-wife and I are driving. She had picked me up. It was shortly after dark in Phoenix, and
what year is this?
94 or 95. I'm not sure exactly when, but it was the night when everybody, literally thousands of people in Phoenix saw the same thing, or from different perspectives or different areas of the valley in Phoenix, saw what I saw. And I don't know the exact date. I didn't,
Wikipedia says 1997.
Was it 97? Okay. So it was 97. And literally thousands of people saw it. Hundreds of people maybe caught it on video camera or camera phones. And, it was a big deal. What I saw completely, I know wasn't anything that we have. And I'll tell you the reasons why. We're driving down Camelback Road, which is a major thoroughfare in Phoenix, and in light traffic, but some traffic. All of a sudden, what I saw flash, I'm going to say it was anywhere from 5 to 7 stories above me, traveling basically the same way that we were on Camelback. Was the best way to describe it would be like in the stadium lights of a football, like a Friday night football game, about 100 yards in a V-shaped formation. The lights that I saw were one color, but they flashed on for, I'm going to say 5 seconds. And people in traffic stopped. I'm looking up. It's just some kind of floating above us. Like I said, about what seems to me, from my perspective, anywhere from 5 to 7 stories high, but above us, floating for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. But the lights were so bright that it was like somebody just snapped, what is that? Like huge, like stadium lights.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. And they were just floating on top of us. And then they went out. The lights came back on maybe for another 2 seconds. really brilliant lights. And then they went out again for about another 5 seconds, and then they came on 25 miles to the east of us, about the same height, and stayed on for another 10 seconds. Yeah, and it didn't make a sound. And I'm talking about...
What time of night was this?
Like maybe 7:30 at night.
Okay.
So it was good enough that it was dark that I couldn't see. So the only thing I saw was brilliant lights. I didn't see any kind of ship or, anything like that or an outline. Yeah. It would be more like, because the lights were so bright, maybe they were the leading edge of whatever it was. If you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, because when you see any photos of it or videos, you don't actually see any ships. You see just really bright circular V shape, like everything's in a V shape. The lights are, and like you said, it's so bright. I could imagine like all you saw was that.
Very much so, and so there was a lot of reports on the news of people that saw them from a further distance than that. Most of the people that I talked to, and again, it's not something that everybody was like in the street. Hey, did you see it? Because first of all, you had to be outside, at nighttime, which, obviously that time of year in Phoenix, I want to think that it was about this time of year. A lot of people are outside, but what you did see on the internet and stuff is a lot of like pictures that people took with their cell phones of it from a long distance. This thing literally was flying right above me. And then when it went out, it traveled, I'm not kidding, in 5 seconds, what had to have been 25 miles. And it didn't make a sound.
Yeah,
my windows were down. Yeah, it was completely crazy. Thing about it is that in the traffic, I noticed, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people just seem to stop, and their cars. Like, what the hell is that? Nobody hit each other. So it wasn't like, it seemed like everybody saw it that was traveling on this Camelback Road, which is like, in this area of Phoenix, it's probably 3 lanes on both sides. So it's not a small street. It's a pretty large street. Everybody stopped for a minute. Her and I both looked at each other. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? And then after the second time when it went out, we looked and the sky was dark again. So we kind of started traveling. And then, like I said, another 5 to 10 seconds, at the most 10, if not 5, went by. And it was literally 25 miles away on the other side of, so we were in Phoenix, kind of like eastern central Phoenix, and then on the other side of Scottsdale. So a good 25 miles probably from where we were, way on the other side of Scottsdale. They reappeared for another 10 seconds. Very brilliant, about the same height.
So
didn't make any noise.
Did you pull your car over?
No. It was kind of like we were startled so much that, it was almost like a let's flee this.
What did you think it was at first?
I didn't know what the hell it was, but I didn't. Okay. It would have been like if somebody started just literally flashed all of the football lights of a stadium on, on 5 stories on top of you.
Yeah, I could imagine that's just weird, right? Because you're sitting there like, where the hell is this coming from? And
the weirdest thing about it to me, and even to this day, the weirdest thing about it to me was that the feeling it gave, so you automatically, the first thing that jumped to my mind was, this isn't a plane. This isn't a flight path for any, airplanes or anything like that. Whatever it is, isn't anything that we have. And it gave you a frightened feeling, like terror.
Oh yeah.
At least that's the way I felt.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone here would be in shock, almost like what's going to happen next. Like you said, it was like 5 seconds So it's like, oh wait, what's coming? Like, what the hell is this?
And then to see it without a sound travel that kind of distance in that short of a time, and then go out again. And so later on in the news, they said, well, there were sightings all over the valley. And you're talking about over a period of an hour, sightings probably to cover 60 miles from east to west, or from west to east, and then back again. And then from north to south, another, 15 or 20 miles. So it just, they would have to have had some kind of big, huge strobe balloons or something that were acting in concert. It just would be impossible. Yeah,
I don't know. That makes sense.
And the funny thing about it is that, the people that saw it, the people on the news, even the governor who said later, the governor of the state said later that he admitted that he had seen it, but he went on the news the next night, and made a joke out of it. Nobody ever really came up with any kind of a decent explanation as to what it could have been. It covered everywhere from the west side of town, which would have been the Air Force Base, all the way to the other side, Fountain Hills, the other side where I saw it last, Fountain Hills, which is probably, it's got to be 60 miles from the Air Force Base to Fountain Hills.
It's funny that you mentioned the Air Force Base, because wasn't the Air Force claiming that it was some sort of exercise out of the Barry Goldwater range? Have you heard that?
Yeah, but they never did. They never did. Okay, so that covered there was a series of mountains. They said, well, the lights disappeared behind the mountains, but the Air Force never admitted that it was anything like that.
Mm.
And that was just one spot but they wouldn't fly it over the whole valley. Yeah, I mean the
Right.
Phoenix, the valley that Phoenix is in, is a pretty large area.
If it was silent, like you said,
And it wouldn't move silently, and it wouldn't move at the blink of an eye 30 miles silently. I mean, how could you do that?
Right.
The best explanation though was the military says that it's that they were flares dropped by fighter aircrafts and flares attached to helium balloons. I mean, they had to make some wild shit up to.
That doesn't sound.
It doesn't. First of all, that makes
reasonable
zero
I'm not even sure
sense.
how fast is it going to go 30 miles in 5 seconds? Can you travel that fast in a fighter jet?
Well, and not even just that. The fact that they trying to say that it's flares that they dropped that burnt out in the sky. But
Those
it's
some
like
bright flares. Those are
well,
super
not
bright.
even that. Look at the formation. Oh, really? That you guys, the fact that we couldn't hear anything. What kind of fighter planes are dropping these off? Like
And acting in concert. I'm talking about what would a V shape over 100 yards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Well, like 12 or 15. I've seen a lot of people say, well, it was like 7. But it seemed to me like it might have been 9, 11, or, obviously it's an odd number in a V shape, but like 13 different fighter jets traveling silently 5 stories above you,
Yeah, no,
in the middle of the 6th largest city in the country.
It makes zero sense.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. Hey, let's do it now in the middle of the night. Drop these flares. What would be the exercise for? And why
Well, not even in the middle of the night. It was early. It was like 7:30.
yeah.
It was early in the night.
It was.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do
Yeah,
it
was
like
still
at 2
early,
in the morning or 3 in the morning?
But why would
it's
you
not
do?
noticed?
Why would you do it at all? Really? I mean, the fact that they try to use that as their version of we don't know what the hell it is, but let's try to calm the people down that claim that UFOs were sighted. Here's a really dumb response.
Literally thousands and thousands of people, more than any, so I've always been one of those people. I like to think I want to believe, I'm always looking at planes and, I'm interested in stuff like that. And I have to think that in this vast universe of ours, for us to think that, there's nothing else flying around, or there aren't anybody out there that couldn't do this if they wanted to, would be silly. But I've never seen anything like it before. Never, not even, and like I said, it just gave me this whole, just terror. I was filled with terror for about a 30-second period. And then even after, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, whoever does operate that kind of technology, or fly those kinds of things around, it's like that song that Perry Farrell wrote. We'll make great pets.
You are an alien ant farm, my friend.
Philip K. Dick.
Well, it was a trip, man. It was a trip.
And now, do you look into UFOs? That's something or it's more like just an experience you had that you share with people?
And I don't share it with everybody. So, it's just not something that usually comes up in conversation. Huh? Now we've got literally tens of people listening.
Yeah. Actually,
I have been listening to your guys' stuff now that you sent me a couple things. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, thank you.
But I'm glad I skipped the soccer stuff. But
that's all comedy. Yeah, that'd be a comedy show. I just it's been, I think Johnny said 97, so what, 24
March
years
13th. Now? When I was telling a couple of people about the podcast today, they're like, "What? Now hold on, what? You're telling me?" So it's not something that's an icebreaker conversation thing.
But it's a good one. You can walk into any room to random people. They're like, "Hey, yeah, stock market, sports." You're like, "I seen UFOs." Like, what? This guy's my friend.
Whatever I key to UFO, and we are their bitches if they want. Yeah,
you win.
Like you won the conversation. They're like, "You won. Continue."
Yeah. But you know what I do? So since then, I haven't really done a deep dive because, first of all, whatever I do check out doesn't seem to have nearly the juice behind it. As many, literally thousands of people seen this. So anybody that is listening to this, do a little dive into the Lights Over Phoenix and check out some of the YouTube shit that they have. And it's amazing. And if you think about the sheer area alone where the sightings occurred, this isn't like Mexico City with like, a couple hundred people, a little sighting that happened for like a minute or two or whatever. This is like literally an event that time-wise was an hour, maybe an hour and a half between, all of different sightings, and 60 to 80 square miles of Earth, that it occurred in.
I don't believe that a flare that's 5 stories high could give you what you saw in the sense
move
of like
silently,
and be that bright. Like you said, it reminds me of the movie. What's that? Third Encounter? No, Encounter of the Third Kind.
Close Encounter of the Third Kind.
There you go, Close Encounter, where the spaceship comes over and it's just so bright they can't even see it. They just see this huge light come over, and that's why I'm like, a flare. What kind of flare is this?
Yeah, if it was a flare, it wouldn't fall down, wouldn't fall to Earth, but it sounds like it was stationary.
Because it was hooked up to helium balloons all of a sudden.
Oh no! Yeah. The thing that's funny about it too is that all of this stuff, you didn't have a bunch of kooks that were attached to this saying, "Oh, well, I was abducted and probed and da 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 da." None of that shit. It was a sighting of something that we don't have that operated, literally for a long time. And the things that I do deep dives into is more like the time travel stuff or the interdimensional travel stuff. Those things interest me. Of course, there's no real proof of them or anything, but they're just as conceivable as something like that, So those are the things that kind of.
Oh yeah, you must love the movie. You must love the movie Tenet.
You must love Christopher Nolan.
Don't know if I ever recall seeing it.
Oh, I don't mind.
Hey, but there was some kooky shit up about, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years ago or whatever, about some dude that said that he was a time traveler with Barack Obama, by the way, like in the early 70s. And the guy's name was Andrew Basiago. This is what YouTube will do to you. But this guy,
Get out of that
like
rabbit
it.
hole, Alex.
Sounds
Get
like
out of the rabbit hole.
it's so fun. It's so fun.
And YouTube can make you believe just about anything. You know.
Did you know the Earth is flat?
Well, now I never bought that flat Earth shit.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a YouTube
come on.
video where it was about me living in Japan, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I believed everything, and it was just Johnny in makeup. Thanks, Johnny.
Did I look good or did I look
Yeah, you look
good?
No,
pretty
this
good.
dude actually said that, and it was like operated out of Caltech or whatever, that he was literally, that he went back to, then he went back to the Lincoln Gettysburg Address speech,
Yeah.
and they even came up with like a picture from history of some kid that has shoes that are too big for him. He said, "That's me, bro." Anyway,
That's his take when he came
That's his
back.
thing.
That's me, bro. Oh, you time traveled. I can
Dude,
tell. Yeah,
dude,
bro.
that's totally me. Some dude gave me those shoes because I couldn't travel with my regular ones.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's,
No, I
the
guess
time
you have to travel
ones-
barefoot.
There's so many good time travel ones though. If you go on there,
I know. Okay, so it's not just me.
No, no.
Okay.
But because there's, man, you can look up. You can just type anything into YouTube. You know, a ham sandwich was created when, and some guy will have a long video of a ham sandwich. You're like, yeah, I believe
What
that.
about the dude? Hey, what about the dude on had his own radio show for the longest, and then he had the time traveler from the year 2055.
You're talking about Coast to Coast Radio?
Coast to
Yeah,
coast.
yeah, coast to coast.
Yeah.
And then he had that guy that was I forget the guy's name, but he was like an internet sensation when the internet first started. He left a couple messages on, you know. But if you ever listen to that program, it's pretty cool.
No, that's a good show. I listen from time to time. Yeah.
From coast
So
to
what do you
coast,
think
time
about
to time.
What do you think about the lights over Las
Yeah,
Vegas?
I think it might even be named that. Yeah. The original guy that had it.
The lights over Vegas.
Art Bell.
Art Bell, that's who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lights over Vegas, wasn't that very similar?
Like 2 days ago, right? 2-3 days ago.
Wait, what? It just happened? Are you sure it wasn't just the strip and the lights kind of flashed on the strip?
No, it's lights over Las Vegas. It happened. Man, it happened.
Oh,
You know
You're
what?
right. You're
I think I
right.
may have heard
Yeah.
about that. I don't think it
Yesterday.
nearly had the same kind of juice.
Yeah, it did happen yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm
Really?
recording
So I
this.
think maybe we're just jaded on the lights over kind of thing now. But
Well, they're just trying to one up.
Well,
just trying to
Vegas,
one-up
that's right.
Phoenix.
Vegas one upped you. Vegas, like,
They got
Trying to
you.
bring tourists there.
That's right.
Tourism's down.
Come to Vegas and
corporations
watch,
try to move them in.
the Beatles show, and we have aliens. Like, oh,
We have the original Beatles.
yeah, I'm sold on the
They're
Beatles. Aliens, I'm not
topless.
sure. Yeah,
Brittany
aliens
left
are-
after replace her with something.
yeah, exactly. Siegfried and Roy are gone. Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
do something.
Roy's all pudding headed out, so they had to do something.
Yep. All right.
I guess he
well,
died, so we
geez.
probably shouldn't say that.
You're okay
Yeah.
here.
Is
Thoughts
he
and
dead?
prayers.
He didn't die. Did he die?
Yeah, he died. Yeah, he died.
Well, one of them. Now it was the one that got.
It's the one that
mauled
got
by the-
mauled. The one that got mauled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
But
died,
wasn't he kind of a puddinghead for the last 15 years of his life anyway because of it?
Probably.
Yeah.
He just he became disabled basically. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
pudding?
Right.
Yeah, pudding head. Yeah. pudding head. I mean, I
I don't know if
understood
I've
it.
ever-
I understood it. Yeah.
I've
I
never
understood.
heard
I
that.
never heard that before.
Mhm.
I'm gonna write that down. Pudding
Mhm.
head.
Don't write those type of things down.
Wait, so he
I
died
know.
this year?
I think he
Like,
died this year from COVID.
He was
I mean, he
in
ended up-
one,
Yeah,
so like
did he though?
And I think he
No,
just
he
died
didn't.
from his injuries.
He was just
overall.
of that certain age. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Is it-
right. It's a certain age, and his body went through a
COVID's killing
traumatic
everybody
thing.
that age.
And yeah, so all right. Well, there's Alex.
Anyway, it happened. It filled me with terror.
Uh-huh.
It's something that I'll never forget. And I'll tell you, I wanted to believe, but I was never really a believer before then. If they wanted to take us over, it would be like no movie or anything. There wouldn't be any war. There'd be no way that we could take. They'd own us
Has
and
anyone
do whatever they wanted.
seen that
Absolutely.
video that I guess the government recently released, I think last year, where it's all gray and white because I think it's like in what is that? When it's green and black
Oh.
or whatever.
Night vision.
Oh, the ones
Yeah,
that were
night
shot
vision.
from the jet fighter plane?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jet fighter
badass.
one. Yeah. The jet fighter, and I think you can hear him in the video, right? And saying, "What the hell is that?" And,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good one too. I mean,
Yeah,
You-
where the blip travels, and they've got unanswered, so they can't answer when shit like that moves on the radar, which we haven't been able to disprove that. Nobody can fake radar.
Aliens can.
Coordinates or whatever it is. And how did it move 80 miles in a blip of an eye in a way that nothing that we fly moves?
I thought I
In
already
right
explained this.
angles.
Alien balloons.
Alien balloons, yeah,
alien
sure.
balloons.
Speed
Not helium balloons, but alien balloons.
18 times the speed of sound in a right angle turn.
You couldn't
no
hear
worries.
it, so maybe a Tesla. So
Elon Musk. travels
Elon
through
Musk.
time.
He's a time traveler. Elon Musk. I could actually picture Elon Musk being a time traveler. So and then telling us all about
Something had to
Bitcoin.
do that hair. Yeah.
Oh man, that guy. He's a funny looking individual.
Does
All right.
anyone
He's
else
what they
had
call
experiences with UFOs?
No, I can't say I've had any UFO experiences.
Marie?
So,
She
No,
doesn't
Marie,
even want
no.
to participate. All right.
No,
like,
I said
no.
one thing this entire. No, I haven't seen any UFOs, and I would probably shit my pants if I did.
well, we go.
Look
I
at
saw one inside of a Target.
That's not very.
All right.
And that's kind of that's kind of like what I did. But,
Poop
interesting.
yourself.
No, I didn't, but I mean, it was breathtaking, and throughout my life, there's been several times when I had, let's just say, experiences that were chemically induced. And it was nothing like that, though.
You had some pudding brain experiences. I got you.
Pudding brain in a big way, bro. And it was sobering. And I wasn't,
man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The experience was unlike anything that I could have even tried to create.
You wish you were high. Yes.
Oh, hey, I've spent plenty of money trying to get to that state.
Did that movie Independence Day come out already? Because I would have just been gone.
It came out around that time, didn't it?
Yeah, 96-ish.
Yeah, like a year before.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Interesting side note about the Arizona UFO connection. So my ex-wife, who was there and saw that with me, when she was a child in the White Mountains of Arizona, one of her stepdad's homeboys was one of those guys. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie about the 4 guys in the mountains of Arizona that and one of them got abducted, and they found him like 30 miles away, like 3 days later.
Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, it's Fire in the Sky.
Yeah. Her stepdad grew up with all of those guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, and the White Mountains, to put it in perspective, is like maybe 5 or 6 hours up in the hills from there. And, I don't claim to know any, I never talked to any of those guys. It just was something that when she grew up in that area when she was a kid, and that was like the kind of the generation right before her. So her stepdad was friends and grew up with all of those guys. And those guys all swore to it, and the guy that was actually abducted, I think that he did lie detector tests, and but what they couldn't do was ever prove how this guy got from point A to point B, and had his memory wiped. And like I said, I wasn't probed. As much as I begged, they wouldn't do it. But no, I mean, okay. I didn't see any aliens or any weird shit like that.
The lights that happened over Vegas just recently, the military said the same thing. Oh, those are flares. We do training from the local military base.
What the fuck do we care so much that we're throwing flares up at our own? I mean, what are we doing with flares?
And those
weather balloons.
And that was near the strip. Why would you do that near the strip? There's plenty of desert in Nevada to do that. Like,
what kind of experiment? What kind of kooky experiments are we doing? What for?
I think it's for roadside hazard in the sky. It's never.
Wait, I have a quick question. How come the aliens seem to like that, like New Mexico, Arizona, Las Vegas area? How come it's always in that area?
I've seen a lot of stuff with its related to Mexico City too, for whatever reason. I want to stress that it really did happen. I'm not crazy. Just, I've done crazy things.
Sure. And you're the first person that I've met or heard that actually was there that saw it, because I've always known about it and known about the military's bogus flare, reasoning. But
I enjoyed having or being on.
We enjoyed you coming on. Thanks for coming on, Alex. And we'll take a break right here on Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Don't forget about Comic Book Wednesdays, where the guys break down comic book movies from Marvel, DC, Image Comics, and many more. Also, Taco Tuesdays every Tuesday here on the Nerds Talking Podcast Network. Back to the show.
Welcome back to let's say UFO show after that last segment. But Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Marie, of course, Carlos, and Johnny. Johnny, you're last this time. I apologize. And UFOs. First of all, we talked about UFOs before, and I'm a believer in UFOs. I mean, it's just one of those things. Why not believe in it? I mean, it's not gonna hurt you. And your friends aren't going to make fun of you as if you were to believe in the flat Earth.
They will.
No, well, there's other things they'll make fun of you. They'll make fun of you flat Earth. They'll make fun of maybe even for ghosts or something. I think UFO is it's kind of like that safe haven. They won't make fun of you so much. You saw a UFO? I think they'd be more interested if you said, I saw a UFO.
So last year, I thought I saw a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving down the road and I saw what looked like a big Ferris wheel on the left side, and it was changing colors, and then it started changing shapes, and I was tripping, and I finally Googled it. It was a drone show from the Dell company. It was really impressive. But I still didn't tell anyone about it because I didn't want people to make fun of me.
Well, I mean,
I thought I saw a UFO.
But that's just it. If you explain it, no one's going to make fun of you. If you stop at, I saw this UFO, and someone else called you out on it, that's when you're like, oh, okay. Because those automated drone shows are amazing. That is so true.
Yeah, but I still didn't want to be associated. So I'll just tell you guys, and you can make fun of me.
Yeah, well, we do that off air, and so paranormal, because it falls into the whole paranormal realm. Do you guys watch paranormal shows? Do you love watching ghost shows? Do you like watching, Where's Bigfoot, which is fucking A. And then those type of shows. I love ghost shows, but I hate the fact that it takes the first 45 minutes for them to go, did you hear that? Oh, look at the EPV, whatever it's called. And they look at, and then all you hear is, Double Josh. He said something. I know it. And then you're like, man, that was very that proof, man, I believe. Do you guys like watching those type of shows?
Marie's itching to say something. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just said yes. Yeah. I mean, it's
what do you
a little
watch?
Embarrassing, but I do like them. And
but what's the show you watch your go-to?
What is that? Ghost Adventures?
Yeah, because you're one
I'll
thing.
Watch that.
Yeah. Do you guys believe that those shows are just like any other reality show? They just produce. They're fake.
So stupid.
I don't know. Obviously, I think most of them are, but I don't know. Usually the first one of the season or whatever, or the first one of the show is pretty creepy. I don't know. Have you seen the beginning of that Ghost Adventure show?
I have. There was one on Sci-Fi Channel. It was called Paranormal Witness.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it one of the guys went and did his own show or something like that?
Well, what it is, it's reenactments of people's actual encounters.
Okay, yeah.
And that show was phenomenal. Because they sold you on the high quality of the reenacting. Oh shit, I'd be terrified if that shit happened to me. But the shows where they spend an hour in its night vision, and they're like, Gary, are you here? And then they hear a door slam, and then 20 minutes later, gerbil garble gerbil. Oh my God, Gary is there. And Gary actually is a production assistant. He's just there. He
just came out of the bathroom and slammed the door shut.
He's the boom mic guy. They're fun, but I think what happened with those shows for me is they became repetitive.
Mhm.
Like one show is just like the next show, and all that really is one network going, hey, that really works for Discovery Channel. Can we get this on Nat Geo? Oh, hey, we should put this on this channel. This guy has a ghost show. People will watch his ghost show because it's also falsely produced.
Right. It's like that Lisa Lamb, the Cecil Hotel mystery.
Yeah.
Like I've first heard about that on a paranormal show, but then
What is that?
Then you found out the truth.
Yeah, then I found out the truth
about the Cecil. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Things like that. That's a great example of, oh my God, ghost. So we're gonna sell you on this show, and then you find out the truth. You're like, oh.
Oh wait, hold on. I don't know what this is.
No. The Cecil Hotel, on Netflix. Did you watch that? Called Crime Scene. The Cecil. Okay, you know what? You're out of here. You're out of the segment. Gone.
Maybe some of your listeners haven't heard it either. You should explain.
Oh no, they did. 2 weeks ago we covered it.
2 weeks ago when we covered it, you and your Kama Sutra. Carlos, you go.
I get a kick out of these shows actually, because like these Bigfoot hunters, and man, it just blows me away. They'll spend the whole show trying to convince you that they met somebody who they try to convince you that a farmer called them because there was a Bigfoot sighting and they're eating their animals. They go out to the farm. They try to show you the footprints or whatever. And then they spend the night trying to catch this thing. Man, nothing ever gets caught. Nothing. No.
Well, those are the worst. The Bigfoot shows are the worst because their evidence is lame, like really lame. Like a ghost show, I'm okay with the EPV, whatever, fighting noises and doors slamming and things flying off screen all of a sudden on screen, like, oh, because the production guy threw it across the room.
Throw a water bottle at you.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because I'm like, oh, that's a little poop. It scared me. But those I hate those type of shows. The Bigfoot.
No, it's not little poops.
We're gonna find Bigfoot. First of all, Target was a ghost story, and but Bigfoot, like, you're never gonna. Do you guys even think Bigfoot's real? I guess it's a good question. Is Bigfoot real?
No.
Yeah, exactly. All around 4 no's. Bigfoot's not real. Like with today's technology, Bigfoot would have been found with like a drone in the sky or something.
Right, absolutely. Like I used to watch this show called Mountain Monsters. It was about this team of guys, these 4 guys that would chase. There's some mountain range somewhere, the Appalachian Mountains. That's what it was, and they would spend their time in those mountains looking for Wolfman. Devil dog.
Oh, the devil dog.
Wampus beast.
The devil dog is also a chupacabra, right?
Sure. I don't know, but they had like the team was all set up. They had like the guy who set up the searchers. Then they had a guy who was a tracker. Then they had a guy who was a trap maker.
Hell yeah. Hey,
so the trap makers.
I bet you one of them used to be in the military.
I think they were all in the military.
Yeah, Johnny. But, that's right.
That's why Johnny and I are starting a team next week. But
wait. First of all, I get Johnny being on your team because you can use his credentials as being legit. You know, Johnny served a tour in Utah.
Somebody needs to do the logistics, man.
Yeah. And then what's your background to introduce? And Carlos, he does a
Bigfoot
podcast.
believer. Good enough.
What team?
That's all you need.
He's audio, video.
Yeah, he's audio,
You need an expert in all that.
They turn to Johnny. Johnny, see his footprints? Oh, dude, I was eating. Like, I don't know. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
But anyway, this guy, he would make these elaborate traps, man. They'd show you the schematics and everything that he did, and then they'd leave the area. They'd just go, and then they'd sit there night vision. Then they'd hear a sound. Then they'd call the other guys on the radio. Did you hear that? No, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And then they go back to the trap. The trap was set off. Every episode, the trap was set off.
They never caught anything.
They never caught anything.
Damn it!
As a matter of fact, in one show, one of the creatures was invisible. So they think it was in the trap when they went back to go look. But when they left, it had opened the trap and got out.
My question is, great. You continued watching this show, even though
it's fun, man. It was crazy. But you know what's funny? It's the Monster Hunter ones. it's always crazy white dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I want to. It's true. I do want to see the ghost show. There's 2 black guys and 2 Latinos.
Oh, Bro Bust was that something like that? I forget what it's called.
I want to see that one though.
Oh,
where they
yeah,
walk.
There's
I
a
know what you're
real.
talking
That's a
about.
real show.
Yeah, it's a real
Yeah.
show.
It's
Really?
like Ghost Adventures with black dudes.
Yeah.
What? I gotta
Yeah.
see this.
So animated.
Animated.
No, I mean
Like the
they're going
Boondocks.
to be
Wow.
animated.
Oh,
It's a
Very,
real
like-
show. It's a real.
No, I
reality
get you.
show.
No. I get what you're saying. You're saying like when they see a ghost. Oh my God, you see that one, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, they don't like talk about the science of it and the EVPs
They just go.
and stuff like that. They're, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. Anyway,
It's called Brothers Ghostbusters, I think.
Brothers Ghostbusters. I mean, can you stereotype shows anymore? I mean, the Brothers
But
Ghostbusters.
maybe that's not what it's called.
But what is it called?
I've
The
seen an
Ghost Brothers?
advertisement for it. Maybe it's called Ghost Brothers. I don't know, but I've seen
Ghost
an advertisement
Brothers.
for it.
Oh
Yeah.
man, those shows are just they piqued my interest when they first came about.
It's called Ghost Brothers.
It is Ghost Brothers.
Ghost
I just made
Brothers?
that up
Okay,
too. Wow.
okay.
Okay. I just think those type of shows just got oversaturated where, like I said, they're all the same. I mean, and then you know what I really hate about those shows is the fact that the one you like the most, every other show, we're also going to go to that house. This show's been investigated. This house has been investigated over 500 times. You know, there's some houses where they'll claim that no one will ever sleep in it. No one's, even if you were paid, no one's willing to stay in this house. This is a house in New Orleans that Nicolas Cage bought. Nicolas Cage, of course, you can imagine. He bought this house because it's haunted and no one will ever stay in it, and he doesn't stay in it, but he wants to say he owns that house.
That's dumb.
Wait, have you guys seen like the haunted objects? Like there's a doll in Florida.
Yeah,
Annabelle.
all those type of things. Yeah, like
Is
what's
that Annabelle? Is that what it's based on?
what's the name of those people? The Warrens?
I don't know.
The Conjuring
Yeah.
movies are all based on their
No, there's another
paranormal-
one. There's a boy doll, and he's like in a museum in
Oh
Florida.
yeah, I've seen
that one. Yeah, if you take a picture of him without his permission, he
without
will
his
like haunt
permission.
you. Yeah, right. And then you have to go back and like apologize to him, and it's like, no, it's serious. Like YouTube, good old YouTube.
Yeah, you've already sold me on this show. That's the thing. Like you could.
It's not a
pitch
show. You just Google it. I don't think
Oh,
it's on
I was
the
gonna
show.
say though, you could pitch a show, be like, and that would be your pitch. I would be the executive, be like, sold. Make an episode for me. Bring it to me now. Find as many of these dolls as you can.
I have to get permission first.
Yeah, from the doll. And the best part of the show, no one's watching for the doll. They're just watching you going, just watch the crazy lady.
It is a really creepy doll. It's way creepier than Annabelle. It's like all dirty.
The
and
real
like,
Annabelle doll is not a creepy doll. It's just it's one of those
Raggedy Ann.
It's Raggedy Ann. Yeah, the movie
really?
Annabelle is scary shit. But the Raggedy Ann doll, I mean,
I'm gonna Google it. It's like Billy the Boy or Bob the Boy or
that
something.
stuff. See, that stuff is scary. That type of stuff.
It really is.
But it's when you watch those type of shows that cover those
Haunted
Topics.
Robert.
Those are usually just reenactment
the
shows.
Doll.
Yeah.
Robert the Doll. Wow, Robert the Doll. Robert and the Doll. Okay, well, so I don't know. Those shows are fun. You can watch them now. They're all over Netflix. They're all over Hulu. Like,
Wait, hold on. Do you remember other show? And MTV was the first one to do it. They had a show called Fear, I think, in like the late '90s or early 2000s.
Love that
where
show.
It was
Yeah.
so good, and they canceled it.
yeah,
I don't know why.
Fear.
They
That was the one-
put on it was like this contraption with a shitload of selfie sticks and just to get their reactions and
Yeah. And Johnny knows about that. It's on MTV. So
yeah, it was just after the music videos. Just
Right
before,
before.
I don't know.
Man, like I said, they're fun shows, but they just run their course. The ghost ones run their course. Carlos loves hunting monsters. The Jersey Devil.
There's one called
Chupacabras.
Paranormal Caught on Camera. And so they'll show you a video clip and then they'll break it down and have experts talk about it. And
What's
it
a ghost? What's a ghost expert? That's Carlos brought this up before when we were talking about today's show about investigators of UFOs or what would you say? The military is going to investigate that. How do you investigate a UFO? Who do you question? Like, is there somebody like besides people that saw the UFO? What other information are you going to get that's going to even?
It's not like you can track it down.
Yeah, you
Follow
can't
that
track
ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing. What I saw is what you saw. What are you going to tell me different? Like, even with a ghost, if we all saw a ghost, we were all in the same room together, and we saw a ghost, it's like, what's going to be the difference? You know, maybe the way you felt compared to I, but there's no, like, nobody can investigate it. It isn't like that show's great that Johnny's talking about. I love those shows. Look at the video. The door slammed 7 times in a row. No one was there. That scared the shit out of me. But, you know, it's, I don't know. I think if you did the show in reverse, like those home building shows, show me the makeover right away. And then show me how you
and then move that bus and there's a fucking ghost behind it.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Robert the doll.
Ooh, you made fun of him without permission.
Mhm.
I
You're in trouble.
did. Good old
You're
Roberto.
fucked.
Mine's a Spanish doll. Roberto the doll. So mine's different. Mine's a flamenco dancer. They're fun to watch. I get caught up in them. I think YouTube really is better for that stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Well, because YouTube, you will get just the videos, like top 10 scary ghost videos. You just watch them. There's no explanation. It's just the videos, one after the other.
But
And
yeah,
would
you
you
actually like,
guys
see
ever,
shadows and stuff, not
Yeah,
just
that type of stuff.
objects moving.
Would you guys ever stay at a haunted hotel or
Fuck no.
take
Yes.
a ghost tour?
I would, yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They could do that at the Windsor Mansion in San Jose, right?
No, the Winchester.
Yeah.
Winchester.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
one.
stay there anymore. What they have now is on Halloween, you can stay the night, but you can't actually stay like a hotel. You can just all stay together in a group and see if anything happens at the Winchester Hotel or the house, the mansion.
I mean,
But I
they say a
would,
bunch
yeah.
of different things, but from what I understand, the lady's just fucking nuts. And
Yeah, she was
she
just
had
crazy.
a ton of money, and so she's just
Yeah.
like build a staircase here.
Yeah. She was just crazy.
So
That's
yeah,
all.
I think she was just a crazy lady with a bunch of money.
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely stay at, if someone said, hey, stay at this the most haunted of homes there is in America.
I think they were saying
Okay.
the hotel in Reno. There's a hotel right outside of Reno that's like the most haunted. It's like the Gold something or other. I don't remember.
No, Golden Corral. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
buffet.
That's scary for others.
Because every time I go there, the devil's in me.
He's tempting you. Come get the lava cake, Johnny. I know you just had a lot of macaroni and cheese.
I'm mad at them.
Yeah, you're mad at the Golden Corral.
Yes.
That's a whole different story. Wow.
Mad at
Wow,
them.
okay. All right. Well, thanks for that great insight on your ghosts. We'll be right back here on Nerd Talk.
Well, hello everybody, it's Captain Phillip here. A little bit late in the show, but it's okay. I like UFOs, you know. One time I think I was abducted by a Golden Corral buffet line one time, and I got myself some lava cake. No complaints, you know, I like myself some lava cake. Anyway, let's get back to the show here, and they're talking the podcast. Hope everybody's having a good time. See you later.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Johnny. Yeah, you're number one in my heart, Johnny.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll put Marie number 2 this time.
Second the best.
And the co-host of the show gets the last place this time. And he's like, I don't care. You can't fire me. So he
Right.
I'll tell
he
mom.
doesn't. Yeah.
Producer, editor.
Yeah. He's like, you can't get rid of me. Okay, so the last book you read, and this is Marie's fault. What's the last book you read? Don't show it to me. Tell it to me.
Women's Anatomy of Arousal.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great book. You win. All right. So,
Yeah,
Carlos, what's
it's
the
just
last book
it's just
you
a bunch
read?
of empty pages because the G
Yeah.
spot's a
What? Excuse me?
It takes way too long to finish it. That's
How is
what
it
the
the one
problem
that
is.
I'm not married yet.
I guess my
No.
question for you is that book, like, did you buy it to learn something?
Yeah.
Did you buy it to
Self-help-
pass on
self-help book.
knowledge? Yeah,
Yes.
like, what, like,
So,
like,
so
what
when
have
a
you
suitor
learned
comes
from
to your
this?
house, you're like,
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
My
women
collection.
aren't taught the things that they're supposed to be taught about their own bodies, and it's unfortunate. That's just how our culture is. So this, my gynecologist neighbor suggested it to me, and I fucking love it. I've been having an argument or a debate with some of my friends about where female ejaculate comes from. It's not pee. It doesn't come from the bladder.
Are we talking about spraying now?
Yes.
Or squirting? I'm sorry, it's
Yes.
called squirting.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait,
I'm
stop.
sorry.
It could-
Pause. Thank you. Wow. If you guys can see Johnny's face now, he wants more information, but he wants us to stop.
I think Johnny's been squirted on. I think that's why. He's so embarrassed. Like, whoa.
Oh,
There's
that's,
nothing to be embarrassed about.
I was hoping
no,
it was
but-
pee.
I think I know what Marie's hoarding.
Like the men version. The men version of that book is the men's version of that book is like a free pamphlet. Like, this is your hand. Just you got it. Like, what? That's it.
Teaches you the stranger.
Yeah.
Like,
what is that? What is that?
It's right. The pamphlet says you could probably YouTube this. Oh, okay. Like, I got you, buddy. And then they have a whole book. Literally, the book that Marie just held up was like 200 pages. A whole book of get to know your body.
It's not so much get to know your body. It is, but it isn't. It's like how to be a better sexual person in general. Because like I said, we're not taught how to do that in society. Men are like, yeah, stick it in, whatever. But women aren't like, we're supposed to be
That is
shamed
true.
in having
That's
sex.
how it wasn't when I was in middle school. We had sex ed. The teacher was a guy, and he was like, "All right, everybody, here's the deal. I don't know much about the women's, but guys, just stick it in and go."
Right? Remember that movie?
Class
Mean
dismissed.
In Mean Girls, he's like, "Don't have sex because you'll get pregnant and die." That's basically how it is.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Carlos, what book have you read? What's the last book you read?
It's called Only Cry for the Living. I think that's what it's called. Only Cry for the Living.
What's the book about?
It's actually a reporter that I met years ago in LA. It's funny because she went from reporting American Idol and Fashion Week to covering Syria, the Middle East, and all that. She was basically in the war zone. So it's basically just her memoirs of the people she's met over there and and all the experiences she's had there. It's a really interesting book.
Okay. And Johnny, the last book he already showed it to us earlier. Johnny, the last book you read or maybe even reading now, what is it?
The last one that I read was the tidying up with Marie Kondo.
Oh, okay, with the whole hoarding thing. Gotcha.
The minimalizing your
and then
life.
So that's the last book you read.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I read a keto book, but
didn't work out. I got you. All right.
What are you talking about? Look at this.
He said Aikido.
Oh, Aikido. Oh, like he's trying to learn Aikido, like Steven Seagal.
Martial arts.
Yeah.
If it was
you know what?
If it was
kind of
keto,
it goes both.
Either one works.
It goes both ways. I've seen Steven Seagal. So,
Steven Seagal's fat too. It's not working.
No, Aikido. Because if he's going Aikido. I mean, I haven't read a book in a Dan Brown book. It was comic books are like weekly. Like a book. Something from Dan Brown. That's probably the last book I read. The Lost Symbol, and that's a phenomenal book. I love it.
Which one?
The Lost Symbol.
Oh,
he just came out with a kids book.
Very
Dan
nice.
Brown did.
Dan Brown kids book. All right, Dan Brown's the man. Well, there you go. All right, everybody. We'll take a break. Nerds Talking the podcast right here. I was about to say something about Marie's books again, but that book was nasty.
it was not nasty. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I didn't think it was. I don't think it's nasty, but Johnny.
Well, Lafayette's pamphlet. It says if it took you longer to read this pamphlet, you're doing it right.
Right? It has a picture of me, the author.
That's all it says.
Thumbs up. They're like, wow, this guy really looks like he knows how to do it. Like, and it has my numbers. Give me a call, man, anytime. And now it just turns into prostitution. Anyway, Nerds Talking the podcast.
Nerds Talking, brand new episodes every Friday on Nerd Reviews Network. Subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out. Ka-chow.
Okay, so this is our last segment of this lovely episode. And we're going to go to a Mount Rushmore. We had a lot of fun with this one last time with comedy movies. And I forgot what else we did. We like comedies and
pizza.
Toppings. Yeah, toppings. And so this is the Mount Rushmore segment. And this is the Mount Rushmore of soda pops. Because everybody grew up drinking soda, I would assume, except for me. It's true. I do not drink soda, never have. But I'm pretty sure everybody's tasted soda and can put 4 on their Mount Rushmore. So let's go around the horn. Everybody give 1 each for their Mount Rushmore. We'll start with Johnny. Give me your Mount Rushmore soda.
Pepsi.
Pepsi makes the list. Carlos.
Pepsi.
Okay, we got 2 Pepsis on the board. Marie.
Fanta.
Whoa. I'm gonna go with A&W root beer. Makes
You don't drink soda.
but I know what it tastes like. All right.
Oh my god.
So I'm going off of that.
I never understood root beer.
Root beer?
Yeah, I just never taste. It's like black licorice to me. It's that taste just. I never liked it.
What about
Okay.
cream soda?
Wow.
Cream soda is delicious.
All right. That's also root beer.
No, it's
Well, it's a form of root beer. They have a cream soda root beer.
So it's a delicious form of root beer.
It's a
beer
delicious
just-
form of black licorice.
Root beer is just like someone.
Hey,
farting in
Johnny,
your
why don't you
mouth.
come over here and get some of black licorice? All
You
right.
say root beer is like somebody farting in your mouth?
Yeah.
How often has that
How do you
happened to
know
you?
that?
What is
How do you-
going on?
How did you expect? Oh, it was a ghost that farted in your mouth. I got you.
It's part of my military experience, buddy.
Wait,
Wow.
were you?
Wow.
Hey, were you? What do you? No, it's not waterboarding. It used to be. Were you farted boarding?
I gave up
Uh,
Ordered a
everything.
code red on him and somebody had to fart
Is
in
it
his
one of
mouth.
those where you know what it is? You know, you ever walk into like somebody farted so bad you kind of
Oh, you walk into a wall of fart?
like you want to almost
Like
throw up.
you're in the
like,
middle of an inhale. and-
Yeah, and that's just
Yeah.
what it is. Like we all have experienced what Johnny's talking about. I get you now. I got you.
After Golden Corral.
I got you. After you go to Corral. Yeah. Carlos, number 2 on your list.
Oh man, Marie stole it. It was Fanta.
Okay, Fanta again. That's an wow. I'm very surprised. Fanta. Okay, Johnny.
Crystal Pepsi.
What? Wow,
Really?
So
Wow.
I don't. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was in the 8th grade, they came out with Crystal Pepsi,
Yeah, no, we know what
I
Crystal
remember.
Pepsi is. Yeah.
and I thought it was delicious. And then it went off the shelf for 20 years, and
It
then
came back.
when it came back, I bought, I think all of them,
All of Crystal Pepsi.
and they came in the 20-ounce,
yeah, they
plastic
came on
bottles.
20 ounce the second time around.
And then I finally cracked one open, and it tasted like shit.
yeah. yes. Did you?
I
So
think
you?
they changed the formula.
So you
the-
hoarded a
Right.
lot of Crystal Pepsi.
I just ended up dumping it. There was nothing I could use it
so
for.
sad story. Marie, number 2 on your Mount Rushmore of soda pops.
Mount Shasta, or is it no Shasta soda?
Shasta. What's Shasta? Which one? The knockoff of Mountain Dew? Because
No,
Shasta
Shasta has its own. I don't
No,
I
I
don't
know.
know. I don't
Shasta-
really drink soda, so
well,
I
Shasta was the cheap knockoff version of.
right, you
every
can get it
other
for 25
soda.
cents at the liquor store.
Well, just Shasta in general. You just like
No,
basically you
I drink the fruit sodas. I love grape soda. I'm ratchet
okay, grape
like
soda.
that.
Grape soda's on your list now. You're done. Grape soda.
That's it. That's all I drink.
I'll go with man. It's because I don't ever drink soda, never have. But I'm gonna give. I'll give a Canada Dry. Will make my good old ginger ale.
Is that even considered soda?
It is soda. Ginger ale is soda.
It's like
Ginger
soda
ale.
water or something.
Ginger ale. No, it's not soda water.
That's delicious.
It's ginger. Oh, Johnny, number 3 on the list.
To go with Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. All right, Mountain
Got
Dew.
to do the
makes-
do.
Do the do. All right, Marie, number 3 on the list.
I thought I was.
Carlos
I thought
is.
I wasn't allowed to
Carlos
do
is-
this anymore.
No, you're allowed to do this. You just.
I don't know. I don't drink soda. I don't really have.
You know what? Do you drink energy drinks?
No.
Okay. What do you drink? That's because the only thing we can compare to soda is something that's carbonated. Do you drink?
I don't
something
really.
else?
I mean, beer.
You just.
I
You know
don't
what?
really drink.
I got.
you
I
know what?
I
You're
have your
sitting here
list.
sighing
I-
at me, but
I-
what do
I-
you
I-
drink? What do
I
you
have
drink?
your list. I have your list. This is your list. Your list is Fanta, Shasta Grape, Shasta Cola knockoff, and a Shasta fruit. That's your list.
Fruit punch.
Shasta.
Sure. Give it to me.
What about
Your-
mixed drinks, Marie? Do you
your Mount
mix any
Rushmore- your-
liquors
your-
with drinks?
Your Mount Rushmore is Mount
I
Shasta.
try not to. I try not
Okay.
to. Because my theory on that is if you're drinking hard liquor, more than likely you're trying to get drunk. Some people like the taste of beer. They're like, I made this crafty beer. Look at it. I
believe me.
spent $20 on this beer. and,
hipster.
you know.
But I've had the best beer in the world the other day, and it was pretty damn smooth and good.
What is the best
Tell you
beer in
what,
the world?
Ask Johnny. Johnny will
It's
tell you.
Trappist West Berlin or something like that. It's a Belgian
Oh,
beer.
my
It's made
gosh.
by monks, and they only make a certain amount per month to maintain their monastery.
Is
That's
it
cute.
it's an IPA.
No, it's like it's just a
lager.
Belgian
Oh,
ale.
okay. Carlos, give us number 3, and we'll get back to beers.
Well, this list is actually kind of hard because I don't drink sodas anymore. I haven't drank sodas.
This is just based on your experience
Forever.
with sodas.
But if I had to go with just anything carbonated, Rockstar would be on that.
No, all right. Yeah, no, it could be an energy drink because they kind of are
Yeah.
like sodas. So Rockstar
Yeah.
energy drink makes the list. Johnny, give me your third.
I'm gonna say Canada Dry. That's just
Canada
delicious,
Dry also makes
especially
another
with
list.
with
This is
honey
number
jack,
4.
honey
is number
jack
4
and
coming up.
ginger.
There you go.
Oh,
So
Johnny's got 4 already. I can count them
no,
for you.
he has Pepsi, he has
Crystal
clear Pepsi, he has
Mountain
ginger
Dew,
ale. Oh, Mountain
ginger
Dew.
ale.
Yeah, he's
Mountain
done.
Jarrell.
He is off the board. Marie's
Done.
off the board already. Wow.
I only had 2.
Well,
Yeah, but we
remember,
gave you
yours were
some
all
because
Shasta.
you
We
didn't-
gave you the whole Mount Shasta.
Okay.
We give you everything. You get
I'm gonna
it
go
all.
meet the aliens or the giants at Mount Shasta.
Yeah, underneath they live there, and
That's
I'll
right,
send
7
Julian
footers.
your way.
That's right.
Yes. Very good, very good. Yeah, me it would be energy drinks. I'd have to fill my slot because I drink primarily. It'd be Rockstar Orange Recovery, which is amazing, and it would be Adrenaline Shock. So
Shameless
I
plug.
got a funny
Way to go.
about
shameless plug. Adrenaline Shock Energy. Get your Adrenaline Shock Energy today at 7-Eleven.
I got a funny
A
story
20%
about
off code.
the Rockstar drinks.
2 for 4.
So when Carlos was living with me at my dad's house, he drank my Rockstar, and then he's like, "Hey, you can just have the Sparks in the fridge, to replace the
Sparks.
Rockstar."
Oh, Sparks. Oh, that's me.
Right,
Good.
So
Ah.
I popped that bitch open, and I'm driving to work, drinking it, and it's in my cup holder, and I just look at this. It's like 8% alcohol. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And so I take another sip. I was like, oh fuck, I'm drinking and driving.
Yeah.
So I couldn't dump it out the window. This was before I became a cop, so I was like, oh shit, this is gonna mess with my background. Why didn't you tell me? Like, you're replacing an energy drink with alcohol. It was
Well, it was
delicious.
both.
It is
It was
an energy
both.
drink.
Yeah, it was
is.
both.
I get it, but I was driving, man.
I like how he
Gotta pay
drinks your
attention.
energy drink and he's like, hey, just take that one. You got it.
Sparks, man.
I think maybe Carlos realized literally as 20 minutes later, as you're already gone, he's like, oh shit, he took the Sparks.
Nah, he's not that dumb. But
I was like,
I
he
am
meant-
that dumb.
He should have took the monster I left in there.
He didn't want it. He was trying to give it to him.
But I think everyone here should drink an Adrenaline Shock energy drink. There we go. Wow. That's just, so here we go. There's our sodas and our energy drinks. And I don't drink beer ever. Like, I couldn't tell you what beer tastes good or tastes like. So like
You've
never
never
in
had
my
a beer. Ever.
Never. I've tasted a beer, but I've never had a beer. There's a difference. You can take a swig and go, oh my God, that is horrible. That's basically every beer experience I've ever had. But I've never actually drank a beer. So, and the worst thing is when you go out with people and they buy you a beer, you're like, fuck, I should have said something. And then you have to milk it the whole night. You take a little sip. You're like, oh, this is so good. Cause you have to show them that you didn't waste your money. Oh, thanks for the beer.
The more you drink, the less you have to taste it, right?
No, it all tastes like shit. That's just, this is the
If
difference.
you gave the beer back to me, I wouldn't be offended.
Oh no, I do that. No, that's the thing. I've done that where somebody bought me a whole the glass of beer, and he bought for all 6 people hanging out, and I'm like, I don't drink beer. Oh, I forgot, dude. Like they'd say that. Oh, okay, well I'll just take it. Somebody else got a second beer, and they, what do you want? Like I'll buy you something else. I'm like, water's free. So yeah, I don't. We could do a quick Mount Rushmore beer if you guys can bring them off real quick. And you guys just go boom, boom, boom. Like, Carlos, do you have a Mount Rushmore beer? He's like, that's too many beers. I can't do it. Like,
I'm not really. I drink a beer if it's available, but I don't. It's not like, okay, Modelo, Dos Equis, Corona, and that Belgian thing.
so your mountain is Mexican. I see that.
Mhm.
Very Mexican mountain. Your mountain is mariachis and
Orale.
piñatas.
Well,
Very
Stella.
good.
I guess Stella would be on there. I drink.
Okay. Johnny, give me 4 fast. Go. Beers.
The Belgian beer,
Uh-huh.
Fat Tire, Alaskan Amber Ale,
Mhm.
and
Go ahead. Blue
805.
Moon. Oh, 805 makes it.
Yeah,
Wow.
delicious.
Okay. And Marie, do you have 4 beers you can just ring off?
I just drink whatever's available, like Carlos. Pacifico, Modelo, 805, White Claw. Does that count?
Yeah, White Claw makes a list. It's popular as shit.
Okay.
People love White Claw, man. All right, and our last topic is COVID. Everybody loves COVID, right? Who doesn't like COVID? If you haven't got it yet, what's your freaking problem, man? Everybody gets it. Get yourself some COVID. during COVID, when everything got shut down, what's something you miss doing due to COVID that you haven't been able to do? What's the first thing you want to do when everything opens back up? Is it see a movie? Is it go bowling? Is it go play pool? Is it go to the pool? Is what is the thing you're wanting to do the most when they're like, everything's open, wear a mask, everything's open? What's it gonna be? The movies.
I work odd hours, so I'll wake up and I'll catch the last showing, and just I'm a sucker for the movie subscriptions. I had Movie Pass.
Oh yeah, they got rid of that. Yeah.
I still have the card. I'm not going to get rid of the card because that shit's going to be worth something.
As a hoarder, he's hoarding that
feasible.
shit.
Yeah, it wasn't feasible for the theaters.
No, they didn't realize like nerds just love movies.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, $10 a month, I could watch all the movies I want. They're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah, even when they bumped it up to 20, I was like, deal.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea, but movies, okay. Marie, what's your go-to when you can finally escape your cat dungeon?
Well, it was soccer, but they've opened that.
Yeah, that you've
up
been able to do, yeah.
for the most part. I think maybe like concerts or shows.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's something definitely for me. Yeah. Comedy clubs comes into mind. Yeah. Carlos, what's you can't wait to just thank God this is open again.
I just want to travel again. I know you can travel now, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, what's the purpose of traveling if you can't like go inside a restaurant and sit down and enjoy it? Right. I mean,
well, let's just stick this to your local, because you're right. You could travel now, but it's the same instance. When you get to that destination, what is the one thing that's open that you're going to want to do? So keep it local. What could you do? You could step out the house tonight and go do if everything was open and you couldn't wait to do it. Something you want to do.
For me, it's Disneyland. That's another one.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's
That
a
is
good one.
That's what I was
Disneyland's
thinking
a
too.
really good one. Yeah.
I want to take my kid to Disneyland because he's such on a Mickey Mouse thing right now. If he would have saw, I think he may actually have a mini heart attack if he saw Mickey Mouse. So
But
maybe it's not a good idea.
He doesn't know what Disneyland is. You can take him anywhere.
If there's no mouse, that doesn't make sense. Because he wants to see Mickey Mouse. He knows the silhouettes. He'll walk past the Disney store, see the silhouette of Donald Duck, and just stand there going, "That's Donald Duck." He knows these.
He relates
things.
to no pants. I got you. He's a little kid. He's like, I don't need pants. If Donald don't need pants, I don't need pants. You know what's a good one? This because I live so close to Disneyland, like 25 minutes away. That you're right. That's a great pull right there. Good old Disneyland. I do want to go to Disneyland. Yeah.
The better theme park. I think Great America is better.
Then Disneyland?
Not even
You've seen the
close.
people that go to Great America?
Not even close.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Here's the thing about Great America.
They're
It's like
cat women.
It's like Six Flags. If you love roller coasters, you go to a place like Great America.
Well,
and
I don't
Six
like
Flags.
kids, so.
But if you if you want to actually enjoy your time and not just rush ride to ride, you go to Disneyland. You just
So I can wait in line?
no, you're engulfing the happiness that Disneyland provides.
The kids are not happy. Kids are miserable.
Not the drunk.
Kids aren't even a factor, though. If you're going with adults, then it's
even
not even a
Who goes to
factor.
Disneyland as an
Even
adult?
better. Me.
I went with
Even
my
better.
cousin, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's
You're
even
one of
better
those
as an
Disney
adult.
people, huh?
But
Because-
I
because-
didn't have to wait in line, though. I mean, we're
Yeah.
moving fast.
That's
We don't
true.
have to stop every
And
20
to be
minutes.
honest, at Disneyland you don't have to wait in line. They have the fast pass and whatnot. But
Yeah.
as an adult, it's different. You see it all different than as a child. You're not starry eyed. You're just I don't know. To me, it's like
Traumatize your
I'm just
living over
enjoying.
here.
I'm just I don't know. It's true when people say the happiest place on earth. When you walk through the gates of Disneyland, it's like all your troubles went away. And when you walk out that gate to leave, they come right back the instant you walk out. God damn
You know,
it,
I
getting a
saw
divorce.
a meme that said there's something, what is it? What happened to you to be a Disney kid when you were younger? I don't remember what it said, but it's basically asking people, how did you become this? Like, what happened to you when you were younger?
Never was a Disney kid. I just
But you
like
like
Disney in
Disneyland.
general.
Story.
Like, you grow up just knowing Disney, You grew up with the movies. Well,
Right.
when I was growing up, there was actually Disney cartoons on all the time. The old ones, and you'd
Sunday
watch
night.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love me some those VHS movies that were like round and bigger
Yeah,
than the rest of the
VHS.
VHSs.
Yeah.
But I just going to Disneyland and Mickey Mouse and
Well, that's just it. You don't do that as much as an adult. You don't necessarily go for that reason, I don't know.
I don't know.
Then
As an adult,
why do you
though,
go?
I mean,
Why do you go?
It's cool. Like Star Wars Land is the shit.
I've never.
Star Wars Land is cool. Marvel Land's about to open up.
Yeah, and I think you're going to appreciate that more as an adult, especially being fans of Star Wars.
It's the fantasy aspect of Disneyland. When I used to go to Great America, they didn't have that. They don't build Great America as if you're walking into a whole different world in a sense. It's just here's some roller coasters and there's a ghetto ass person over there, walk the other way. And same as Six Flags. Six Flags kind of has that, but they not even close.
Not really.
Disneyland, you're walking into you're walking into Disneyland. It's a whole different. There we go. See, now you understand.
There you go. You really are a Disney person. What a
I think
liar.
everyone here.
I am, but I just wouldn't go to the Disneyland theme park.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, if it has a
doesn't
point,
make sense.
if you want to ride roller coasters, go to Six Flags.
I bought a piano book just full of Disney songs.
And do you play piano?
Yes, sort of.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
That's the next thing on my shopping list.
It was one of the things I learned in quarantine. Is I'm learning.
So you have a piano and a book to learn to play piano. How fast will those two items turn into just hoarding items?
I've had it since.
Isn't your first book
September.
kind of a piano book?
They're all piano books.
Oh, the books you showed us earlier. That's true. Because you're still learning how to play those keys. That's right. That's right. The right keys. That's right. Yeah.
The right buttons.
Goddamn dirty show. All right, everyone. Well, that's our show. COVID is back in play. All right. Just snuck right back in. Hey, vaccines coming, people. For everyone.
I got it.
Okay?
I'm 100%.
Wait a second. Johnny's 100% vaccinated.
Oh, you have the vaccine. Hey, can you feel the chip? How deep did they put the chip?
Yeah.
It's right next to the other one.
I feel bad for anyone tracking me.
It's
just such a waste. Like, oh shit, your
true.
credit score is 420. Like, that's really bad. But
and then you're just standing outside my mom's house waiting for her to come home to buy the jacket. You get a call on your phone. Johnny Lee, yes, please just leave the house already. What? How do you know this? The vaccine. Just move along.
You're gonna get a letter from Bill Gates next week. Thank you for taking the vaccine.
Yeah. Now we got everything we need. Your Netflix password. That's all they really want. Marie, have you got the vaccine?
I got the first shot yesterday.
Oh, see, there we go.
Huh?
Which one? Yeah,
Moderna.
I don't know.
Oh, it's probably Moderna. That's
Could have been anything then.
That could have been water.
I mean, aren't they all the same? I don't know.
In the back alley.
I hope so.
You hope it's heroin. What?
You might have just got the flu shot.
I don't know, but my arm hurts like a motherfucker.
Well,
I feel
yeah,
like I got
at
socked
least
in the arm.
It's gonna be for like 24, 48 hours. That's the flu shot does the same thing. You get a sore arm.
Wait,
Carlos,
I didn't even know that there were different brands.
Yeah, there's two now, and there'll be a third one shortly.
Shit, I don't
Carlos,
know.
are you gonna get the vaccine?
It's available. I just have to get on the list.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna wait for the Johnson & Johnson one shot, even though it's only 70% effective. That's high enough for me. That's good.
You still want to come back?
And what if COVID is like, I got you 30%, bitch, you're open. Like, damn it. Should listen to Johnny. Get the chip. Good old Chippy. All right, well, there you go. That's our show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the Podcast. For Carlos, bye-bye. There you go. For Marie, and for Johnny,
see ya.
Say it in your native tongue, Johnny. Just goddamn do it. Say it.
You're racist.
I'm Lafayette. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the Podcast. See you next time.
I just don't understand why Johnny won't say what he wanted to say in his native tongue. I don't know what native tongue he speaks, but I think it's pretty much close to what Chewbacca would sound like. So just Johnny, just participate once in a while. We'll be good to go. Thanks for tuning in again. This is Cam Phillip and from Carlos, Lafayette, Johnny Marie. It's been Nerd Talking the Podcast, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Taco Tuesdays with Nutso and Chuck the Rap Star. Every Tuesday on the Nerds Review Network. Grab a taco, take a seat, pop a burrito, it's gonna get deep. Subscribe and turn on your notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button.